When it comes to modifying your link in bio page template, take a look at the template that's been provided. Right now, it's a simple image, title, body text, and a couple buttons, 3 buttons to be exact, with a dedicated section to your main call to action. In this sample, it's booking a free consultation, but really this is going to be whatever your main action is. If you are a fan of the layout and the way that this has been set up, your best bet is going to be to pop onto the content mode editor and really simply update any text and update any button links. If you're not a fan of the layout, if you need more buttons, or if you'd like to change or add any of these sections, your best bet is going to be to access this page from your full mode editor. And so as a reminder, clicking on this drop-down arrow here and coming to the full mode editor. Once your full mode editor has loaded, you can come down from your Pages tab here, select your link in bio page, and you'll be somewhere that looks a lot like this. If you decide that you want to make any sort of changes to button text or links, you can do that right here. If you decide that you want more buttons, you can just simply click the 3 dots and click duplicate. These sections have been formatted for you already so that they grow as needed. So if you duplicate this multiple times and you end up having multiple buttons, this box is just going to keep growing, and the spacing between each of these buttons is going to remain the same. Your formatting on tablet and mobile, for the most part, should stay the same. You can see that there are instances where the spacing gets a little bit funny. All you have to do is double click here and set this to be the exact same spacing as the ones above it. So I'm going to just plug in 11 pixels, for example. Of course, you can adjust these as you like. I'm just double clicking on that little spacer between the 2 buttons, and I'm going to plug in 11 pixels. Like I said, we have formatted this so that it fits everything that you need. Any changes that you need to make should, for the most part, be applied without any formatting issues. But that's why it's always good to double check on tablet and mobile to play around with that spacing. So as you can see, we lost a little bit of that breathing room below the last button. So I'm just going to drag this section to make it slightly longer. And now we've got really nice spacing for that bio section here. So again, if you don't need to make any changes structurally to this page, your content mode editor is going to be your best bet for making any small tweaks. If you can recall, you just need to simply click on each of the elements and you'll have a sidebar on the right side that gives you all of your editing options. So basically text, links, colors, things like that. But if you do want to make structural changes, and perhaps you want to delete this section, or perhaps you want to add in a new section here, you can absolutely do so. For example, something that I typically recommend having on your link in bio page is your about section from your homepage. And so I'll show you exactly how you could, if you wanted to, update your link in bio page to have a little bit more without having to build anything from scratch. So I'm going to click into my about section. I'm going to click into my layers panel here to just double check that I have in fact clicked into the right section and that I'm not accidentally clicked into a cell, for example, or something even smaller like my stack or my text. I'm super sure that I'm clicked in on this section in its entirety. I can see the blue lines that surround it, but I'm definitely sure now that I can see that I'm clicked into this. And so my options from here are to either hit these three dots and click copy, or I can also do that here. Hit these three dots and click copy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate back to my link in bio page. And I'm going to scroll down below my links. I'm going to right click and I'm going to click paste to paste in my Meet the Founder section from my homepage. Like this, we find this is a really well-rounded link in bio page. They've got all of the potential important places that you want to drive traffic to right here. If they don't find what they're looking for here, this is a really nice section to have to just personalize that bio page a bit more. And then, of course, always having that main call to action. This is what we would consider a really well-rounded bio page, but of course, it's totally optional to add in additional elements. You can use your own discretion and creativity as needed. But before you publish anything, just coming into your tablet view, making sure everything looks good, coming into your mobile view, making sure that you're happy with the way that everything is formatted. Sometimes on mobile, your images will be smaller. You have the option to either resize your row altogether, which will automatically adjust the focal point of the image, or if you'd like to keep that nice and small, you also have the option to click into your image. Click this little icon right here to adjust the focal point, and then we can just make sure that at least on mobile, you're looking nice and framed and centered in your photo. If everything else looks good, you can go ahead and click publish.